In this season, we show you some of the hottest design hotels from around America and abroad. From cool urban retreats to luxurious country estate living. This is a design travel show like no other. Welcome to Hotels by Design. Our By Design team of industry experts have done the hard work for you, so you can choose your next design vacation destination.
Hotels are an amazing thing to design because not only do you have the building, which is of course really important, but you have the experience around it. Every single thing you do there is an expression of hospitality, and to design that really well is hard but rewarding.
Let's get started with our first design hotel. This is the city of Split in Croatia, and from here you can head out to any amount of beautiful Croatian islands. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to Maslina Resort on the island of Hvar. So Maud, this is your dream. You're the founder of Maslina.
Yes, I am. It was a childhood dream, and this was done thanks to my father. He invested here about 20 years ago.
Now, your father's a finance guy.
Yes, he is. He was computing numbers and maybe wanted to do something a little bit bigger, but then I had a vision and my heart came in. So we had a long discussion and my heart won.
So what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at a resort of about 50 rooms, and at the end we have a beach. And behind the beach we have a big tent for events, and we actually have an amazing event tonight I'm quite nervous about.
Oh, really?
So the whole concept was that Maslina would be totally embedded in nature. The soil is reddish and the stones are white, so the mix made this pinkish terracotta. And then as you raise up your head, you will see the facade are surrounded by wooden sticks. And these are lines which are actually the image of the lines you see on the pine trees over there. So the whole idea was that from a distance you would actually not see it at all.
I mean, now that you've mentioned it, I'm seeing lines everywhere.
Yes, but have you seen the discrete one behind you?
The tree?
Yes. If you look closely, you will see that the roots of the trees show lines.
Okay, did you replant that tree and twist it around like that?
We did. Not everybody sees the detail though.
Tricks of the trade, eh?
Yes, it is.
Wow, this is a big chunk of desk.
Yes, Mike, this is a 12-ton stone that comes from the island across the bay, and it was put here before anything else. It actually sits on 4 steel pillars, because it would go through the concrete, being so heavy.
It was here before this guy then?
No, but he's a good addition. The terracotta was put after the stone. It's an amazing craftsmanship that they've done. But we had a little trouble because we have holes here in the stone. So we had to find a way to fill them out. The whole hotel is made with brass. So my friend Gregory Ryan, who works metal, came and he warmed brass on site and filled the holes with it. This is connected to the Japanese kintsugi technique, which is used to repair the vases with gold. The idea behind it is that beauty is in the flaws.
So Mike, we are at one of the 3 villas at Maslina property.
Look at this, beautiful.
This villa has 5 bedrooms, which is perfect for a very nice family vacation.
I think 5 bed, you got a big family at that.
Big family, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't really need to leave the villa here if you didn't want to.
Exactly. We at Maslina here believe that mindful luxury is the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want it, without feeling any pressure or distraction.
Mindful luxury. So Maud, this is the event you were talking about.
Yes, it's stressing me out right now because I have to make sure everything is perfect for tonight.
What is it?
So we're part of Relais Chateau family, which is an association with many hotels around the world. And they've decided this year to host their board meeting in Maslina. And it's hosted by the president of Relais Chateau himself.
Oh, he's the big guy's here tonight as well.
He is here.
Oh boy, you all right?
I am a bit stressed out.
How does a girl from California end up on this beautiful island?
Both my parents are actually Croatian and born in Croatia. And my grandmother is actually from the town of Stari Grad, which is right next to Maslina Resort.
The beautiful little fishing village.
The beautiful fishing village, which is 2,400 years old. Today it's decorated with boutiques and art galleries and traditional restaurants and fun cafes. It's an emotional connection. It's a way that I pay tribute to my family heritage and to my grandmother, and this island and this project means so much to me.
And Maslina, that means olive?
That means olive. So, in case you didn't know, Maslina was actually founded on an olive grove. And then we planted an additional 1,000 olive trees to pay tribute to the land that brought this entire project to life.
We have a very special little place here. It's the garden for the resort. We have some aromatic herbs here for the spa, veggies for the garden, and of course everything is without any pesticides.
Well, I guess maybe you don't need to when you got these guys.
That's right, we have a little army of them guarding the perimeter.
But we're actually not here to talk about the snails.
No, we're not. We're here to experience something pretty special we have here in Maslina. It's a sound healing concert. So the best way to experience it is to simply lie down there.
Okay, you want me there?
Yeah, please. So here, what we are achieving is basically a healing session.
We are very happy to be here. We have people coming from many different countries. We're here to work and also to relax. So they discovered Croatia and this beautiful property that is part of the association.
You sound like a happy camper. You're
Yes,
pleased
we're
with
very
tonight.
happy. Yeah. What Maud has achieved is this very good balance of a contemporary architecture, but also the high level of respect of nature where it was built and where it operates.
Well, Maud, the president seems happy.
Yes, yes. I'm relieved, Mike, I can tell you.
Yes.
I see that the training that the staff has had for the last 3 years paid off.
The service, it really is next level. It's something I've noticed.
Yes, they are trained to go above and beyond. This is what mindful luxury is all about.
You happy that your dad saw it your way?
Yes, so when we started the adventure with my father, my son was born. And it all became about leaving a legacy for the future generations, but also for the island and the local community.
This hotel is in Ontario, and what's really special is that it was originally a mill, and it's on the water. Obviously, it needed that for energy. However, now it's still a huge part of the hotel because it creates this beautiful backdrop for all of the rooms and all of the amenity spaces. It's stunning.
Elora is a hidden gem in southern Ontario. The recently restored Elora Mill combines historic charm with modern luxury. Rick, I am very enamored with this beautiful village of Elora. It's got such a European charm to it.
It really does, and it's got a rich history. The Elora Mill was built in the 1830s, and it's been a part of the community of Elora ever since.
And I was surprised at how easy it was for me to get here from Chicago. I mean, it was very fast.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how close Elora is to some populated centers. I mean, we're 2 hours from Buffalo, less than 4 hours from Detroit, and the flight from New York City is about 40 minutes to Toronto and then a short drive here.
I understand there's also a pretty big community of artisans and creatives that are here.
Absolutely. Elora's always been a destination for artists and craftspeople alike. And it was something that we employed in the restoration of the Elora Mill, using as many local craftspeople as possible. And when you visit the hotel, you'll notice art all over the walls from local artists here in Elora, and you can purchase one and take one home if you want.
Oh, wow, this view is so spectacular. I know that you wanted me here on a beautiful sunny day, but on a rainy day, this is exactly where I'd want to be.
It's not a bad place to sit, is it? It gets even better throughout the seasons as well. You get to see the fall colors come in from here. And in the wintertime, the Grand River can freeze. It gives you another vantage point with all the snow. It's just spectacular.
Oh, I bet it's beautiful. Now I'm noticing the old exterior facade, this limestone, it's beautiful. And then we're standing in this newer space that has all glass windows. I mean, this is the perfect way to capture the views of the gorge.
Yeah, it's a real marrying of the old and the new. I mean, we wanted to honor the past, obviously, with this beautiful old building, but we needed to add some new elements to make the experience a little bit more rich. And you'll see this throughout the hotel.
And this is where I want to have dinner.
It's a pretty amazing seat, but the real VIPs eat in the kitchen.
Oh. Well, I just came from the quaint village streets and now entering this spa. This is quite a different experience.
Right? Welcome. It's absolutely beautiful here. And, you know, it's nice to be outside in the town and then you get to stop here and have this really beautiful pause in this environment. We actually have 3 floors with this stunning view. So whether you're having a bite to eat or a glass of wine in between treatments, whether you're after your treatment and you're having a relaxation or a manicure or pedicure, there is just something naturally relaxing about being in nature. So that just elevates that spa experience outside of the treatment room.
And I feel like you can cater all my moods. So again, if I want to relax in the spa, I can do that. I can go do some shopping on the streets, or I can be adventurous and go explore the outdoors.
Yes, you can do everything here, including having something great to eat with beautiful wine pairings. So if you want to add wining and dining to that experience, everything can happen right in here at the Elora Mill.
That doesn't sound bad. Today though, I'm feeling cozy and I want to stay in the spa, so I would choose a spa treatment.
I'm so happy to also be able to show off one of our beautiful bedrooms today as well. We have 30 boutique hotel rooms in the entire Elora Mill property, and we have 3 completely different design styles.
Oh, okay, so what's this one?
This one is the French room, of course. So we have these nice French details. So I'll start with this gorgeous damask fabric that you see on the benches here and the chairs and the cushions, but also there's this beautiful light blue velvet on the back of the bed, in some of the bathrooms, and in our curtains. All of those little details lead you to feeling like you could just be in a French chateau.
So what are the other 2 design styles?
Other 2 design styles are modern and a rustic. We brought in the modern because we wanted to stay current and fresh and vibrant, and then the rustic because, well, the building is over 150 years old, and we're also in this beautiful natural environment.
Well, Sarah, we talked earlier about where the VIPs dine, and welcome to our kitchen counter experience.
This is exquisite.
It's fantastic being able to experience a meal prepared in our kitchen by our chefs, featuring a lot of local cuisine. And of course, you know, our menus change daily, so it's going to be different every time.
Well, it's been a great experience. You all have catered to me all day, and I feel so special. I cannot wait to come back and enjoy it again.
Well, we look forward to having you again.
Thank you.
Ashford Castle is a wonderful view into what it was like in the 19th century for this elite family with luxury and incredible stature. But now anyone can experience it.
I'm in beautiful Ireland on Loch Corrib, a loch that has 365 islands in it, one for each day of the year. Frank, what else can you tell me?
Recently, 2 guys doing a survey of the loch found 2 boats on the bottom. One a 3000 BC dugout log boat, and the other one was 11th century clinker built boat.
Wow, so many stories. But as interesting as this loch is, that's not why I'm here. I'm heading for Ashford Castle. You must be Niall.
I am indeed. Mike, welcome to Ashford Castle.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, the trip across the lake, the weather.
It's always like this in Cong and in Ashford Castle, trust me.
I believe you.
Yeah. So here we have it. It was the home of the Guinness family up to around 1915.
So I can see a lot of Guinness has been drunk.
Yeah, there's money in beer, obviously.
Yeah.
But you can see, I mean, lots of different phases of the castle. Right in the middle here, we've got the shadow stage that goes back to the 1700s, and right over here, the magnificent baronial Guinness phase, which dates back to the 1800s.
Okay,
so
yes, I can see there are sections when you look closer.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So a lot to experience, a lot to take in, a lot to discover. So if you like, we can go in and have a look and see what you think and take it all in.
I do like.
Absolutely. Good. So, Mike, you ready?
I think so.
Okay, brace yourself.
I mean, high expectations.
And here we go.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the magnificent Oak Hall. So this is the first experience that any guest gets coming into Ashford Castle. So everywhere you look, history abounds, including this wonderful table here, which came from the Spanish Armada in the 1500s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Absolutely. And including this wonderful portrait of Lady Ardilaun, who was Lord Ardilaun's wife. She was responsible for all the grounds and everything you see externally as it is right now. She was very much responsible for that. But come on in here and I want to show you as well the wonderful Ingle Nook. So this is the former library during the Guinness time. And this is probably the finest example of an Ingle Nook anywhere in Ireland and the UK. And you can see here the Guinness crest, Space Main Deo, which is In God We Trust. During the restoration in 2013, one of the oak panels came away and it revealed what we believe is Portuguese tiles that go back to the 1700s. So the castle continues to reveal itself. It's amazing.
Speaking of another reveal.
Absolutely. This is my favourite public area space in the castle. This is the Connaught Room. And it's where the Guinness family would have taken their meals and particularly their afternoon teas. And right here, Mike, actually is an afternoon tea set that was given to Lord and Lady Ardilaun for their wedding. But it's also a tea set where Lady Ardilaun took afternoon tea with Oscar Wilde in this room.
Gee, I wonder what the conversation was.
You could only imagine.
Here we are in the original part of the castle that dates back to 1228.
Look at those fabulous high ceilings.
Impressive. Fast forward 600 years to the 1800s to the Guinness family.
Yeah.
And this would have been a typical Guinness family bedroom. And behind us here, this beautiful fireplace that dates back to the Guinness family. And during the restoration, then we got this beautiful working gas fire, which really adds that warmth and homeliness to the rooms like this.
Now, what's this interesting space up here?
We have a lovely mezzanine up there, and that was discovered during the restoration and lay hidden for many, many years over time.
Really? What? It was boarded up?
All boarded up right up to the ceiling. So now we have it uncovered in a beautiful space for guests to enjoy.
Wow. So Regina, who stays in a room like this?
We have so many guests, from our leisure guests to our corporate guests to special occasion guests, whether it's an anniversary, honeymoon. But I suppose we're very privileged and honoured to have many loyal and repeat guests. But it's beautiful to see their shoulders relax and enjoying that slower, calmer pace of life here.
So you do this dog walking every morning?
We do, yep. No matter what the weather, we're here walking the wolfhounds through the woods.
The guests love it?
They do. I think they've all missed their dogs at home, and so they love to come out. Molly, are you coming for a sausage? There, look at that.
These guys are huge.
They are. They are the tallest breed of dog at the shoulder.
Yeah.
If you go to the Kennel Club regulations.
Irish wolfhound, yeah?
Irish wolfhound. So they genuinely got rid of the wolves out of Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, they did. The last wolf in Ireland was in 1786 in Carlow. Have an incredible history.
Now, James, why did you ask me to wear a t-shirt?
Well, a lot of people like to get up close and personal with the dogs and give them cuddles and kisses, and sometimes they can be a little bit muddy and there can be slobber involved.
Okay.
This is our kissing rock. It was just a tradition started by the first two wolfhounds that we had.
Yeah.
One of them, called Cronin, used to jump up here and give the guests kisses. And so now you've got to take some kisses. Take one for the team. Just put your head in there. Oh, there you go. Oh my
lovely.
God,
Oh.
how cute is that?
Oh, how lovely. So Connell, you work at the falconry here.
Yes.
It's the oldest falconry school, isn't it, in Ireland?
The first ever established falconry school in Ireland, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we have a bird of prey up there if you'd like to meet her.
Really?
Yeah. If you pop this wee glove on, Mike.
Okay.
And just point it at me. I'm going to give you a little
Like
treat.
this?
Yeah, just like so. And look over your left shoulder. Hold it there nice and solid.
Oh my goodness.
And this is Potog.
Potog. Hello, Potog.
A female North American Harris's hawk.
Are you going to be nice to me?
She'll be as nice as you allow her to be, Mike. You be nice, she'll be nice.
So what? Okay. Thanks for the tip.
But yes, the relationship we have with them isn't really based on loyalty and affection in the traditional sense.
Like a dog.
Like a dog, and more like cats or teenagers. If you feed them, they tend to hang around. You know, she's not going to love you in the traditional sense of it.
Alex, it seems everything in Ireland has a story to tell, and this tree does as well, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. So this is the last standing apple tree that was planted by the Guinness family.
Wow, how old is it?
This tree is about 170 years old.
Boy, is it still producing fruit?
It still is. Last year we produced about 70 kilos of apples.
And of course this whole site here is where the Guinness family used to grow their vegetables.
Exactly. So when they bought the estate in the 1860s, 1870s, they wanted to provide good food to their guests, so they decided to grow their own. And then everything was served and cooked up in the house.
But that's just for a family and friends and some staff. Now it's a hotel.
We have to scale things up to be able to be as self-sufficient as possible. And we are on the way to reach that goal in the next few years.
So we're under the castle now.
Right underneath the castle, in the Victorian entrance tunnel. So the workers' gate would be opened every morning at 5 o'clock and all the workers would come in through here, underground.
They were obviously a lot shorter than us.
A lot shorter. And each worker had a bucket, and each worker would take a bucket of coal and go and light their fire. Everybody had an open fire to light.
Yeah, because now it's a wine cellar, isn't it?
The most amazing wine cellar. Probably one of the greatest cellars in Ireland. You know, we've got wines from all over the world. We insist on each winery's highest expression of what they do from their best vintages. And the type of clientele we get here demand that we have the best wines in the world.
Robert, I imagine some pretty interesting people have stayed here.
Yeah, it's a who's who from every walk of life, from music to movies to theatre to sport.
To politics.
Politics. Ronald Reagan stayed here. A lot of very important decisions have been made here.
Did I see Pierce Brosnan on the wall there?
Yes, he made an episode of Remington Steele here, and he also got married here in 2001. One of our first big celebrity weddings. The movie The Quiet Man was shot here in 1951. All the cast stayed here for 32 days.
Wow. If you're not a movie star, if you're not a political figure, us mortals, why do you think you would stay here?
It's always been a special place. You know, the aspect on the lake, the castle effect. To have a place of just grandeur right smack in the middle of the west of Ireland is amazing. Mike, we can't let you leave without having a pint of Guinness in the Prince of Wales bar.
Well, there's been so much talk about the Guinness family.
Their influence is everywhere. And once you mention a pint of Guinness, everybody shows up.
And would you blame me, Mike? Having a pint of Guinness in the Guinness family home, it doesn't get much better than this.
And what do you say here?
We say sláinte.
That's
Sláinte.
it.
Sláinte.
You know what's been designed here? A time machine. Yes, there's been a faithful and impressive restoration of the architecture, but there's also been a revival of daily life here at Ashford Castle that takes us back to another time, a time of working the land when the Guinness family reigned on the shores of Lake Corrib.
The Royal Sonesta is Chicago on steroids. If you want to stay in a hotel that expresses the icons of Chicago from both the inside and out, the Royal Sonesta is it.
The Royal Sonesta properties are a unique and memorable collection of hotels in some of the most desirable locations in each of their cities. And this one is no exception. Located smack dab in the heart of Chicago's diverse architectural skyline. I've walked these streets so many times, and wow, what a great location.
We're very fortunate. Part of being royal is having some of the best locations for all our hotels. We often refer to ours as sort of being the Chicago living room. We're steps away from Michigan Avenue, Millennium Park, great dining scene across the bridges, and steps away from the business district.
Yeah, and I also heard that your hotel has some of the largest guest rooms in all of Chicago.
Well, we know that people are coming to Chicago to work and to play, and so our goal of that residential feel, creating that home away from home, is very important to us.
And all Royal Sonestas have a mascot.
They do. Ours is actually kind of famously known for kind of changing the fabric of downtown Chicago. So as a local, we'll go inside and see if we can figure it out.
All right, let's do it. Wow, you really get a great sense of place in this room.
We're 39 stories high. Our penthouse offers some of the most amazing views of Chicago.
I really can't think of any other space like this in the city.
That's why it's popular with weddings, corporate events, and even some of our most famous guests, like Bruce Wayne.
Like Batman?
Yes, his penthouse in The Dark Knight is our penthouse.
But it looks so different.
Well, the design team did a great job elevating this space to really capture the views of Chicago.
When I walk into this lobby, it really does feel like a living room. And I think art is playing a factor in those feelings.
Yeah, there were really 3 different aspects that we wanted the collection to have. First was that a lot of the artwork should be from local Chicago artists. 2 was that the artwork itself should be reminiscent of the city and the nature around the city. And then 3rd, we wanted it to feel like it was a collection for somebody's living room. So you have pieces like that piece from Susan Maddox where the color is changing over the piece, kind of like the changing of seasons or the changing of the day. And then you have the salon style wall, which has all different shapes and sizes and colors and really giving you that feeling of really a collection of artwork that somebody put together over many years. When you're doing artwork in a public space, you really want the artwork to pull people in, to get them excited. The colors, the vibrancy, but in the private spaces, you want people to really have a respite from their day. You have a crazy day in Chicago, you want to go up to your room and you want the design and the art to just chill everything out.
Coming into this room, it really does feel like home. And you're from Chicago, right?
Wow, I've been happy to call Chicago home for the past 15 years, so that made this project really special to me. This is a high-end luxury brand, but we really got you treated as a boutique design.
You really have done such a great job at sort of reflecting on the glass and how it's even tied into your rug design.
And that was very intentional, and you can see that throughout the room, reflected not only in the colors and also the juxtaposition of the organic pattern and the rugs, that it's from that reflectivity, as well as some geometric patterns in the different area rugs and artwork that are really reflecting of the architecture of the city.
And these are larger than usual rooms, and so how did you approach the space planning?
That was great to have that extra room, so we really got to think about the guest experience and different travelers that we got here. So we wanted to create different zones that would provide the different experiences that the guests would need. We really wanted to celebrate the city of Chicago and how eclectic it is architecturally, but also culturally.
Now that you've seen the hotel and all our amazing spaces, do you have any idea what our mascot is?
Oh gosh, we've seen such a great variety of art and all of those cool views, but no, I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, allow me to introduce you to the Countess of Chicago.
Ah, yes. That makes so much sense given the history of cows in the city.
The rumor is that Mrs. O'Leary's cow tipped over the lantern that started the Great Chicago Fire.
That's what I love about this city. There's always a rich story to everything.
Tempo by Hilton is an amazing engagement of New York City, from the ground level to the skyline, and the stage that activates Times Square is brilliant.
I first took a sneak peek of Tempo by Hilton back in last season of Hotels by Design when they were still fitting it out. Already I could see that this was going to be the next smash hit here in Broadway. Well, I've heard that it's now all done. Expectations are high. Dave, I'm back.
Welcome back, Mike.
So, are you all done?
We're done. The hotel's open.
Fantastic. So, I understand behind these doors is not where the lobby is.
That's right. So, we're right in the middle of Times Square here, and we wanted people to have their long, exciting days and then be able to come into the building, take the elevator up to the lobby, have these spectacular views of Times Square, but get away from it all as well.
Right, like a sanctuary.
Exactly. Let's get you upstairs.
Okay. Margaret.
Mike, how are you?
Big fan of your work, Wembley Interiors.
Thank you.
And you headed up the design of this property.
Myself and about 8 other team members.
Take me through this space.
Okay, so the brand Tempo is about the modern achiever, the traveler, the voyager, someone who's adventurous. So the desks are a modern interpretation of an airplane wing.
Ah.
The white structures that you see here is an interpretation of the clouds. And when we talk about sort of the lobby, the 11th floor is the sanctuary, it's being above the clouds, being above Times Square.
Above the madness.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can see too, Margaret, you've flipped the whole thing around from the norm. You've got the desks backing onto the glass.
Well, remember, Times Square is all about theater. That's a stunning backdrop that creates the theater. And it's activated 24 hours a day. As a New Yorker, a native New Yorker, this view I never get tired of. Mike, I'm taking you into Highball, which I like to think of as the living room for the hotel.
The living room?
Technically, it's the lobby. It's an open lobby plan, but this is really where people come at the beginning of their day and the end of their day.
So I have noticed there are different levels of furniture choices going on.
Yeah, it's all for different experiences, whether you want to work, whether you want to have a cocktail, whether you want to lounge, whether you want to dine. And having variety within one large space is really important.
Okay, yeah, it's a big property, a lot of rooms, but actually the 11th floor here is where it all happens.
That's absolutely right. And that's why programming it was so important. It's really meant to service a lot of needs to a lot of people throughout the day and the evening. And then the bar is intentionally put towards the back of the lobby living room, because that's a totally different energy level. People are here with their families in the afternoon, they don't want to be sitting on top of the bar. This has to tick a whole bunch of different boxes. So Mike, now we're up in the tower and I want to show you some of the rooms. So we're going to start with the standard ball drop room. What this just illustrates is that there's no bad seat in the house. And it's pretty amazing. When you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed at night, you have a shot straight down Times Square to the ball drop.
Without even leaving your bed.
Without even leaving your bed. And I'm a native New Yorker and I've never experienced this view. Maybe I need to stay here one night, I don't know. Now we're on the 46th floor in the presidential suite. And this is the Mac Daddy. That's what we're talking about up here, you know? This is where you have truly arrived.
Yeah.
We've got a beautiful fireplace, limestone surround, beautiful TV, accessorized living room. This is very, very sleek, and we intentionally did low profile furniture so that you have a clear view all the way across.
Yeah.
Work hard or play hard. Either way, this is the place that you want to be.
Margaret, who is staying here on New Year's Eve?
I don't know, but I want to be with them, but we do understand that it's already booked a year in advance. So
yeah.
If we want to do that, we have to get on the waiting list.
Get on the waiting list.
Yeah.
Let's get organized, Margaret.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Dave, what is this?
This is our stage. Let me show you. Go ahead, Hiram.
Wow.
These doors are each 20 tons. So last time you were here, you were up on the big screen. This time you're here live.
I think you've gone one better. This is amazing.
Yeah, you're standing in the same spot as Post Malone, Jungkook, Shakira, who all performed here outside 40,000 people.
And now Mike and Dave. So why did you do this?
Well, we're on the most trafficked corner in the Western Hemisphere. Times Square had no venues like this, and we wanted to build something that was dramatic, where people could perform out to Times Square.
Well, you are in the theater district, so this is drama. So Dave, I did say last season in the show that I would come back when this bar was complete.
And the beauty of this bar, in keeping with the brand of Tempo, it's about well-being. You can either get a spirited or a free-spirited cocktail.
Oh, Margaret, what have you got?
I'm free-spirited. How about you?
I'm not gonna say. What I'm seeing here is a collaboration between you two, between ownership and design.
Yeah, it was really important with this hotel. We're right in the middle of Times Square. This is the first tempo. It's the flagship. We needed to get it right. And Margaret's team did a great job at doing that.
When Dave said they had to get this right, he's not kidding. This is the very first in the Tempo by Hilton brand in the world, and they chose True Center Stage to launch. They were all in and everybody was watching. They've thrown everything at this property, and by placing design at the center of it all, it's paid off. We hope you've enjoyed our look at some of the hottest design hotel experiences from around America and abroad. Join us next time for more breathtaking design vacation destinations on Hotels by Design. To watch an extended producer's cut of this episode, or to book any of the hotels, resorts or experiences featured in this season, go to bydesign.global.